Hey, Sooner football fans. It's Friday night at Louis because Thursday night there was snow and ice. So you got Terry and Rob here. Boomer Rob.
Boomer Terry.
And the big news, well, first off, let's get to our regular stuff. Number one, subscribe to this YouTube page, and also go find us on whatever app you listen to podcasts on. Listen to our podcast because, you know, we're pretty good at this now.
Getting better.
Getting better. So, but always, you know, hit the subscribe button and everything. Also, go check out our website at www.soonerfootballfans.com. We've updated it and added a blog to it. So we're going to be writers too.
Well,
yeah, we're going to try. So, but we got a lot of stuff going on. But the biggest thing is that everybody needs to realize, and everybody needs to know about us, is that we are not affiliated with the University of Oklahoma.
But we do have eligibility left.
At least a year. So, big news coming out of Oklahoma today.
Are you happy about it? Let's just start there.
Well, first off, it wasn't Pete Golding, which is what everybody was saying it was going to be.
What everybody thought they wanted.
Yeah.
But really, they don't know what they want.
Yeah. Instead, we get Alex Grinch, which two things that jumped out of the page for me, on Alex Grinch is, number one, he's got great hair.
Well, so do I.
Yeah, see? I mean, that's what I like. And he's got hair like us. So
we could have been decoded, right?
Yeah.
Terry.
And the other thing is, what better name for a defensive coordinator than Grinch?
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. So I don't know anything about the guy other than what I've been reading today.
Right.
So I don't know if I like him or not.
Has it all been good for you?
I mean, what I read, yeah.
So here's the thing that we've talked about. What kind of defense do we want? We want aggressive. We want attacking. And that's everything that he does. That's everything almost included in the speed D definition that he brings to Oklahoma.
Right. That's what he claims. That's his claim to fame.
Right.
Is a speed D. That's what it got named in Washington State.
Yep.
Was a speed D. Aggressive. Ball hogging.
Well, it's also a D that understands the offensive side of the ball is dynamic.
Right.
And that they could go out there and score just like that, and you're back out there.
Right.
So in order for them to retool and reload every time the offense goes out and scores, for him to understand that dynamic is pretty big.
Right. Because he came from the Leach offense.
Yep.
His job is not to make the best defense in the country. It's to complement the best offense in the country. Don't you think?
Well, I don't care as long as they get stops.
A stop. More than one.
Right. Multiple stops.
Yeah, but Pete Golding, I did a little bit of research. I think the reason why, I think this is Lincoln's choice from day one. He doesn't seem like a coach that ponders too much, that this is who I want, this is who I'm going after.
Well, he's young, he's dynamic. Apparently he's a good recruiter,
right?
Which is always, something that we're in need of.
And his resume is better than Golding's.
Yeah.
Golding, he's young, dynamic, but he's really never been anywhere other than Alabama. He was at San Antonio for 2 years as a defense coordinator, did some good things there, but before that, Grinch, he had been at Missouri and he was a defensive coordinator at Washington State, so he's been in that position, and like you said, he's been with this type of offense.
Right.
He knows what his defensive job is supposed to be, and that is and I like his style. I mean, look at what he did at Washington State.
Yeah.
Okay, they were the 58th ranked defense, and then they were ranked higher than Oklahoma in just about everything.
We would have begged for the 58th ranked defense this year, wouldn't we?
Exactly, but he did that at Washington State with 2- and 3-star athletes.
Yeah.
Okay, so he developed those 2- and 3-star athletes to play above their level.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, though. Ohio State's defense was not great this year.
Right.
Okay, but he's sharing time with someone else.
He's sharing time with a defensive coordinator and another co-defensive coordinator.
So Lincoln bringing in someone that's young and dynamic, much like himself, obviously he fits into the coaching dynamic that we have here.
Right.
And I think it has to be a perfect fit, or Lincoln probably wouldn't have hired him.
No, he's not. He's done what we've talked about doing. What other people that we've had on the podcast is somebody that's just as dynamic as Lincoln is. The Pac-12 offensive coordinators and teams said he is one of the most difficult schemes to scheme against offensively, because he doesn't do anything quote normal as a normal defensive coordinator. So with that being said, with the change, obviously with the new DC, which was needed, I mean, I was thinking about this earlier too. Back off the point that I was fixing to make for a second is Oklahoma fans like ourselves just happy because it's not Ruffin McNeil or somebody else? Could he have hired a chimpanzee and everybody be happy about it?
Well, probably. I mean, the first quarter of the Alabama game, if we could just give that whole thing back, I think every Sooner fan would.
Right.
And defensively speaking, we couldn't have stopped anything.
Right.
So it wasn't until the second quarter that they even started playing defense, which I was kind of happy with the second, third, and fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Defensively speaking.
They didn't do bad once they got started. It was just they couldn't get started.
Do I think Mike is a good DCO? Yes. Do I think Ruffin McNeil's a good defensive quarter? Yes. Maybe they just didn't fit quite in the system that we got going on here.
Right.
So hopefully the Grinch.
So
steals Christmas.
So there's going to be all these names. Of course, all the stuff on Twitter has been the Grinch with OU hats, which is freaking awesome. Okay. And all the things that we can say about it. But here's another thing I was thinking about. What about the defensive staff? They're gone.
If you were him, would you keep them?
Yeah, I mean, who?
They're the worst defense in the world.
But like Tim Kish and Thibodeau recruiting, I think they got to keep those two guys. They're well respected.
I hope he does.
But the rest of, I mean, who is sitting around the offices today going, oh boy, or who packed up their offices today?
Well, I mean, if you have the worst defense in the Big 12 and one of the worst defenses in the entire National Collegiate Football League, you got to be worried about that a little bit, don't you?
Oklahoma was dead last in red zone defense this year.
Dead last.
When has Oklahoma on defense been dead last on anything? Never. Not even in the Blake days.
Nope.
And you have a team and an offense as dynamic as what we have, and then you throw out a defense that's 101st in points allowed, 102nd in yards per play, 107th in points per game, 121st in turnovers, and dead last in red zone, which basically means I could have went out there by myself and scored a touchdown in the red zone.
Well,
I think I could have. I got a little bit of.
I could put the block on.
me, you, and Caleb could line up 3 on 11.
The worst thing that they're saying about us right now, Terry, and this is like twisting the knife after it's in.
Right.
Is we've had back-to-back national championship offenses, maybe the best we've ever had.
Exactly.
With a defense that can't support them enough to win a national championship, to win a playoff.
Exactly. To win one game to get into the national championship. So one thing I think, what's some advice that we can give Alex Grinch as fans?
Like we're going to take him under our wing and say, all right, Mr. Grinch.
Number one, don't be, don't be 101st in anything.
Are you going to tell him to go into the 5-2 and just blitz?
5-2, okay, 5-2, blitz, whatever, because Sooner fans are what we are. We are going to expect immediate change.
Sure we are.
And if it's not immediate change, Coach Grinch, you got the coolest name, the coolest hair. Be prepared for the backlash.
Listen, Terry's giving you like a year, so you better get it together.
But from what you did at Washington State and developed 2- and 3-star athletes into a good, solid defense that supported a very aggressive offense, you're the man for the job. But this isn't Washington State. You're not the co-defensive coordinator. You are it. Okay? And we Sooner fans are fickle. All we asked for last year was to move from 68 to 48.
Yeah, that's all we were asking for.
And we moved to 101st. A guy got fired, you know, and you're here. So what we expect is somebody to get stops, get turnovers, to get these guys aggressive to where it looks like an Oklahoma defense. We haven't looked like an Oklahoma defense forever.
In a while.
And Teresa just goes, I thought she was flexing. She's behind the camera. She goes, tackle. And I realized she's talking about tackle. Yeah. Wrap your arms around somebody and tackle.
Well, I mean, we've been trying to pinpoint the problem all year long, and I don't know that we've successfully done that.
No, our buddy JY, you know, put out the tweet. I sent it to you, sent the picture to you when our defense was set up loaded to the right, and it was blatantly obvious to me and Rob, who are not pros. They had a loaded backfield to the right, an extra tight end to the right, and we were loaded to the left.
So the only thing that you can even assume is going on right there is the film they watched when Alabama lined up in that set. They ran the ball to the left. I mean, really, that's the only thing.
Or they had a pipe up in the booth and having bubbles.
That's the other theory. That one's unproven, though. Just want to say that.
But there was a gap in in our defensive line. There of 3 guys, there was nobody there but a linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we could have lined up and scored. Man, they're delivering out food here, aren't they?
Yeah. Better wrap this up.
Because we're hungry. But anyway, welcome, Coach Alex Grinch.
If you're watching.
If you're watching.
Very seriously,
you know, he may be. I mean, you know, we're kind of a big deal, Rob.
Yeah, kind of a big deal.
You know, welcome. We expect great things. We're looking forward to great things. We're looking forward to a semifinal win.
I would like to know from listeners out there, go ahead and post onto this when Terry posted out there, what is acceptable for the defense next year? How far do they have to move up before Sooner fans are happy? They have to go from 101 back up to where we were the year before, which was what,
68.
68. If we went back up to 68, would that be acceptable, or do we got to go higher than that?
So that's a good point. Put your comments on the comment section here on YouTube. What is an acceptable improvement for Coach Grinch this year? Let's give him a bar to reach for. We'll set the bar for you, Coach Grinch.
Has he done horns down yet?
I haven't seen the horns down.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see all of?
We can teach him how if we need to.
Did you see all of the Sooner recruits playing in the Under Armour game? You know, we got 42 penalties already from them. From throwing horns. Every time they scored, they put a horns down. Texas, you're not back. You beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Okay, get ready for next year with Coach Grinch coming in and Lincoln's offense again.
When we can actually play some D.
You're not going to do anything. You're not back. Oklahoma is there. We're the level.
Never win anywhere, though.
Yeah, we're the level you want to be at, and you're never going to get there. So, anyway, again, everybody, subscribe to the channel. Go check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, on whatever else we got out there. Check out our new website, www.soonerfootballfans.com. We got a lot of stuff out there for you. And we look forward to doing more of these videos, getting some more podcasts out, having fans on with us. We may even bring some fans in here to Louis. So do some videos if you're pretty enough.
You have to buy, though.
Yeah, you got to buy our food. That's a good point, Rob. So that's it for today. Boomer up.
Boomer Terry.